Right, so in this video I'm going to show you how to wire up a programmable room stat on a combi boiler on low voltage and mains. Always check on the board where you're putting your cables, because you'll fry the board if the quick blow fuse doesn't go fast enough, and you'll fry the board. Or if you put 240 into this for low voltage side, you might fry them. I'm not too sure, but you could. So I am going to just do it off a plug and a bit of flex, and I'm going to do it with 5 core. So you take one cable into your receiver and one cable into the boiler, instead of having 3 cables. So first of all, my wee jig thing, and I'm going to prep the cables to wire them up to, like if you're using 5 core. So I do need to invest in the flex cutter, because it makes such a difference. Because right now, doing that, this is a pain. Yes, I need to invest in some the Nipex strippers. It can save me so much time on the job. So your earth, your neutral and your live, you've got to link them up in the receiver to go to the boiler. Then them to control your thermostat. So let's get done. So there's your connections there. Live and neutral is always your live and neutral. So right, this is just the way I do it. I like using these, the ferrule connections. What I normally do is I usually mount the plate on the wall where it's going and wire that up in my hand, then just click it in. So that's what I'm going to do here now. No, I don't have a fake mounting plate, so it's just got to be. The earths, I usually put a inline connector for them. So now we'll get a receiver, and I always just double check the way, like how it looks the cable in, basically, because you never know. It's I just open it up fully and look down the connections in there to make sure they're in a fully open position, because there's nothing worse than putting it in, forcing it in, and it's not actually going in right. No, I love the wee screwdriver because it just spins in your hand. Like, you just put pressure on the back of it and it just spins.
A waggle or something. That, there, went up yesterday. You can put in a single bike to make the block or something, it's the same, as long as there's room for it. So,
I'll show you. That's it wired up for low voltage. And you can just put, that just tucks, the earth just tucks in there. Then, if that was on the wall, well, you'd put your locking strip like across there. There's like a locking band that, because I'm taking it off to do it again, then if you need to bring your cables out through the back, you can bring it out through the back there. Like, I prefer this receiver because it's like, you can work with it on the floor and you're not trying to work with it on the wall. Third world problems, I know. So that is that wired up. Then on the other side, there's your 5-quart, and you strip it. Yes, I know, I need to get better strippers for 5-quart. Because like you do that and you end up like knitting the side of it, and then you need to cut it even further down. Right, so your earth will go to your earthing point on the boiler, meet with good earth on the boiler, and live and neutral would go to your live and neutral on the boiler, 240, and your grey and black would go to your low voltage connections, right? So that way your receiver can look like that. Like, my cable management's no great way at all, so and I'll just plug it into my Salus smart plug just because I can. So you can see it's flashing. Can't really see because it's not dark enough, but go on. And watch this. I take my receiver, just pop the back off, put the batteries in, oh. Don't tell me it paired that quick, because people will be upset if that just paired that quick. It did pair that quick. Look at that. So ding 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 ding. Like, look at that screen. See, if you've got an elderly customer, that's a great screen. Right. So as you can listen for the click. Straight away, and it's paired like instantly. So right, this is not a video about Salus, so I'm not going to go into it, because Salus have their haters, And that's one of the reasons they have their hairs, because they think they don't pair. And so it's at 30 degrees. Clicked off. So that's it. That's how to wire it to your low voltage controls. These here, remember, mains to the mains and low voltage to the low voltage, and read the manufacturer's instructions in case you need to take a link out or whatever. So I am not too sure if this bit will work, if I'll get a low voltage on my multimeter. So just to show you, it's off, but with my multimeter, I don't know if I'll get in there with these connections. Just watch the wee fingertip controls. Be careful with the controls there. So 240 volts. Thermostat's not calling, but it's still giving you power to your boiler, so your boiler can sit in standby mode until there's a demand for like hot water. So you're still with the 5 core getting your power to your boiler without having to run 2 cables, because the main power is linked in the receiver. That's it. So I don't know if we'll get low voltage on the other ones. On the grey, and there we go. It's picking up the low voltage. So that's how you do it on the low voltage side with this here. For if you just wanted to, if you run your battery power on this, didn't have any batteries, your boiler would still fire on demand, and if you just wanted your heating on, you just click that auto manual and it would fire up the boiler. Or auto is with this. And just to show you, I think when the battery's got, you might wait 10 minutes before putting fresh batteries in, or if it's like low battery sign and you put them in straight away, there is a chance it can pair. So you need to wait 10 minutes. Let's see what happens here. After 30 seconds. Click. So you need to wait 10 minutes. So I've not waited 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is this. Pairing. Paired. And I'm not going to look up the test thing. See what that does. back off. So this is just a bit for the Salus bit of people who didn't like because of the pairing. Look, I took the batteries out, never waited the 10 minutes like you're meant to do, and it still worked perfect. I just need to work out what that test thing does, but I'm sure it'll be in the instructions. So that's one way to wire it up. So now we're going to do it on the 230 240 volts way, and I'm going to change to my name for testing it, because it is 240 volts and I'm testing it always on the boiler supply, so a wee bit safer. But then when you've run up the low voltage, it's only go down to 12. So what we're going to do now is change the wiring at the back of, so I have disconnected my plug so I don't get frazzled, because I'm sure when you just isolate a plug on the you realize on isolating the neutral or something, I can't remember exactly, but you don't isolate the full circuit, I know that. So get access to the right, so that's it on the low voltage controls. So what I'm going to show you now is, I can't remember if I have unplugged, so all good there. So what we need to do now is, for mains controls, remember, don't blow your board, don't put mains into the low voltage side, always check the wiring diagram. Anyway, these are low voltage. Now to make them work on high voltage 240, we'll need one of these, and we need a link from here to there, then just a switch wire going right up to the boiler. So that's what I'm going to do now. So screwdriver. What you need to do is make up a wee link, and I thought I had, because I usually make links up just in case I go to a boiler and it needs one and I don't need to make one up. Oh, I've got one here. So that's all you need, wee link wire. So what we're going to do is fit it into the receiver. Make sure you open the connections right up. I mean, you need to get another cable in there, so you need to get room to get in there. Because I don't know if I've given it enough room for this to get in. Because I've already got a Faro in. Yes, I have. Is that a Faro or a Ferro? I'm not too sure. So that's in at the 240 side. Then link that over to your common. These are not connected to the boiler yet, because like, this would be your scenario of wiring it up. So you would only need one of the 5-quart. That's your wiring now, your link. So that's all you need. But don't put this into your low voltage side, or at worst, new fuse board. The worst case scenario is you will blow the PCB, like kablooey, kabang, and that's got to be expensive. So that's it there. Again, sling your linked earths together, and this would be on the back plate. Then you just tighten up. So that's us all paired and set up. So constant power going to the boiler. Right, and we create a demand. And there we go. We've got a supply to tell the boiler to come on. So it is that, then we take it down. Clicked off, no more supply. So that's how to wire a Combi boiler with 5 core. Might want to strip the cables a wee bit better than I do, but I need to invest in one of the ones that just cut that stuff. So that's how it's done. I'll take off. Just to show you again. Oh, this is main, so I need to watch. I'll set it in there. Testers. So constant power going to the boiler through the receiver. Constant power go to common for the switch live. Nothing on the switch live on the receiver because we don't have a demand. Now we have a demand and it's clicked on. Now take the demand away and it's clicked off. Always check where you're wiring it to on your boiler bowl, because you could get some issues if you do it wrong. But read the instructions, be confident, and just be confident a wee bit as well, because we all have learnt at some point. We all didn't know this. We all watched somebody do it like a tradesman, but now with YouTube videos, if you're not confident, you can go back and watch something over. So that's it. So I was using the Salus, I think it's the 530 or something, I can't remember. I'll put a link in the description. I use this when a customer doesn't want smart controls and they just want a thermostat to switch it on and off. But if you quickly go into the settings, you can set up a schedule. If you lose the pair, language, holiday mode, time and date, landlord settings, and control schedule. So it is a very easy to use programmable thermostat. I like it a lot, and it pairs straight out of the box, as I said. So, what will I do in the next video on? Anybody get any ideas, just let me know.